Greetings students of class 7. We have already discussed heat a little, so we will be discussing a few more aspects of heat today. Now, heat, as we know, is a form of energy which travels from a hot body to a cold body. Now, as any other quantity, physical feature of a body, heat can also be measured. And the SI unit of heat is joules. There are other units also which are used to measure heat. Some other common units are calorie or kilocalorie. Now, 1 calorie means the amount of heat that is required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. That is what we mean by calorie. Kilocalorie is a higher unit, which means the amount of heat needed to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water by 1 degree Celsius. Now, if we talk about heat, hotness and coldness are the features that come to our mind. Now, my question to you students is that how do we understand which object is hot or which object is cold, or how much hot something is or how much cold something is? How do we consider the degree of hotness or the degree of coldness in something? The same cup of coffee that my father can drink easily will appear very hot for me. So the idea of touch telling us the level of hotness or coldness is not a very correct method to understand understand how hot or how cold a particular object is. In that case, when touch is not a reliable way to find out about the heat of a body, we use temperature. We use the quantity temperature. We use the quantity temperature to define how hot or how cold a particular object is. Now, how do we measure the temperature of something? There are clinical thermometers for that, which basically work on the principle of thermal expansion of liquids. Which basically work on the principle of thermal expansion of liquid. And the liquid used in the thermometer is mercury. Let me show you a thermometer. Let me bring it closer to you. Yeah, so this is the thermometer that I am talking about. If you notice this thermometer, you will see a yellow line in the middle of it. That yellow line, it's actually known as, it's actually a capillary tube and is known as the stem. And this here that you see is known as the bulb, which contains the liquid being mercury. And if you notice carefully on the thermometer, there are scales written. Notice carefully, there are scales mentioned here. It's not clear. Yeah, now you can see clearly that there are scales mentioned here. So you can also see that at the top C is written and at the bottom F is written. Now this C and F, they have a story. C stands for Celsius and F stands for Fahrenheit. These are the two types, two ways to measure the temperature. There is another way to measure the temperature, that is known as Kelvin. There is another way to measure the temperature, which is known as Kelvin. And all these, this Celsius or centigrade, Fahrenheit and Kelvin, they are actually the units of temperature, units of the quantity temperature. Now, for Celsius, the symbol is degree C. For Fahrenheit, the symbol is degree F. And for Kelvin, it's not degree K, it's just capital letter K. Now, to measure the temperature of a body, suppose of human body, what we do is, we insert this bulb portion either in the armpits or under the tongue, and we wait for the body heat to allow the liquid mercury to expand. The only way for this to expand is to move through the stem of the capillary tube. It will keep moving, and a time will come when it won't move anymore and stand still. That temperature is considered to be the temperature of the human body. Now, the thermometer used in laboratories, they have a range of -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. And there are these thermometers which measure a body temperature. They don't have that range of -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Anyways, so that's how we measure the temperature of a body. And the scales of the temperature that I have told you, the Celsius, the Fahrenheit and the Kelvin scale, the relation between them, that we will be discussing in the next class. Thank you for today.